What about that story from the Roman Empire? I forget the details of it, but they put people on stakes like every 100 yards for like 7 miles. Something fucking insane like that.
Yeah, they would crucify people like that. They would crucify.
But they did it for like miles.
Yeah.
So that as you're on your way,
you're like, all right, don't steal.
This is what you're going to have to deal with if you fuck off. I don't think it's a steal thing. I think it's like an army thing. Romans crucified 6,000 people along a 120-mile stretch of road between Rome and Capua. People were traveling for days along a major trade route, seeing a new person crucified every 100 feet. 100 feet, not 100 yards, sorry. 100 feet, 6,000 people. Dude. But, you know, that's like the origins of the Dracula story.
Was that Spartacus?
The Gladiator War. The War of Spartacus.
Yeah.
Lasts a series of slave rebellions against the Roman Republic known as the Servile Wars. This third rebellion was the only one that directly threatened the Roman heartland of Italy. It was particularly alarming to Rome because its military seemed powerless to suppress it. Wow. They killed 6,000 people.
Damn, 70 gladiators broke out from the gladiator school.
Wow.
That's pretty neat.
They easily defeated the small Roman force sent to recapture them. And within 2 years, they had been joined by some 120,000 men, women, and children. The able-bodied adults of this large group were a surprisingly effective armed force that repeatedly showed they could withstand or defeat the Roman military. From the local Campanian patrols to the Roman militia and even to trained Roman legions under the consular command. This army of slaves roamed across Italy, raiding estates and towns with relative impunity, sometimes dividing into separate but connected bands with several leaders, including the famous former gladiator Spartacus. Holy shit, dude. Makes sense, though. You got these dudes fighting with swords.
Train them how to use swords.
And then they get out. They're going to fuck you up.
Yeah, they're going to go wild.
Wow. That must have been crazy times, man. Crazy times.
Yes.
And back then, like, you had to, like, hear someone tell you what was going on over there.
Yeah, just
what's
bullshit.
going on over there?
Yeah. It's always wrong.
No photos.
Yeah.
No, you have to look at sketches. Like, this is what
Goes, that motherfucker Spartacus got out?
He's out?
God damn. That's
what does he look like? You got a picture of him?
Think if, like, the NFL was like, they're not allowed out.
Right.
And then you're like, God damn.
And
Christian McCaffrey broke out?
And they fight with swords. How far are we away from sword fighting on TV? If we have slap fighting, just like one nuclear bomb has to go off, and then you could have the ultimate sword fighting championships.
I mean, I think to witness a sword fight would be so horrific.
Imagine, though, if like the winner got $100 million. Do you know how many trailer park dudes would step in
they'd be like,
to sword fight for $100 million?
I think after witnessing the first bout, everyone would go, oh, no.
I think not. I bet them bull riders would get involved. Then you'd have a real problem.
I think getting killed. True. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're doing this shit. Roger's already after
M1.
it.
But this is different. They're wearing armor. But they do beat the fuck out of each other.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. But I don't think anybody's dying. And they actually wind up doing MMA with each other. Which I would kind of think if you're really good at MMA, I would kind of like fake the sword.
Yeah, just take the shoot the legs.
I would use that bitch ass shield that they have, and I would rush him. I'd rush him and then just trip this guy, pull his helmet off, and beat him to death.
In a sword fight that you're saying to say, like, is there no MMA allowed? Is it just?
But it seems like they're clinching though. They kick each other. See, look, he kicked him, kicked his inside leg. Yeah, and he's got shin pads on too.
Oh man!
So he really kick hard.
Popped in the head.
Yeah, you got popped in the head with a sword. Look at see, need him in the nuts. Like you can get away with some stuff in
these mountains in the back. This is awesome.
It's pretty wild that they have these kind of fights. These guys are getting tired too.
Here's the highlight.
Out the armor on. The shields again when they come together and they clinch.
See, they go to the ground. They go to the ground. If you go to the ground like that, let go of your fucking sword and take his back. Yeah. See, this guy's on top. This guy knows what he's doing. He's dropping some fucking shield strikes to him.
He let go of his sword. The guy on top.
That guy gave up. Yeah. All see, good move by that guy. Let go of the sword. It's not effective. The guy's covered in armor.
Yeah.
How long before they're not? How long before it's two dudes in their underwear with a samurai sword?
One sword, they have to fight over it? like an Oklahoma drill.
That would
one of
be
the sword.
Wild.
We can't.
They would just get sprinters. Sprinters would be the first
Yeah.
person to get to the sword. I'm not. Look, it happened before. It's happened in history before. For sure. People fought sword fights. Do you not think there's someone out there who's thinking about fighting a sword fight right now?
I think there's tons of
There's
dudes.
a dude right now with a rock and a sword.
He's probably
going,
listening. Statistically, there's a guy listening to this right now with
There's
holding a
1,000
sword.
guys holding a
one.
sword right now.
Currently
1,000.
holding.
Out of all our listeners, 1,000
guy's
have a
going-
sword. Shing.
How different from fencing is it then?
Right. That's what I'm
That's been
saying.
going on the whole time.
Fencing is just the gentleman's way of
But yeah,
poking
so,
each
yeah.
other with a sword.
They have rules
But it's
they're
still a
sticking
fucking
to.
sword fight, man.
Yeah, but these are just dorks. Fencing might be the fucking lamest shit ever.
Well, it's hard to do.
I don't.
It involves a lot of technique. You get fucked up.
No shit. I'm not saying they're lame because I'm better. I could never do that.
It's just lame to do it. Yeah. Well, especially now with all the bullets and everything.
Bullets are better than swords.
It's way better.
So